What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel, and in today's video I want to show you the 2 best ways to price your woodworking projects, also based on where you're at in your business, but the 2 best ways that I found to price your stuff. Let's dive in. Well, hey, welcome back as always. I'm so grateful for your time and your attention. If you're listening to this on the podcast, make sure you check out the YouTube channel because I actually am drawing this on a whiteboard showing you exactly what this looks like. Now, you can probably follow me for the most part, but it's going to be easier if you can see it as well. So I want to talk to you today about the 2 best ways that I found to price your stuff. So I'm going to learn you something today, if that's okay. I want to talk to you just for a moment about these 2 different models and kind of when you would use both of them, okay? So if you're watching this video and you're just starting out, like you're brand new, you're beginner, you're trying to start this thing, you're trying to start growing it, I want to talk to you really about this first model, and then as your business matures, you can kind of mature into the second model. There's a few things that need to be considered, right, as you're building your business. And if you're just starting out, there's a couple things that are working against you. Number one, you're trying to discover, do I have a product that can actually sell? Like, do I have a product that people want? Do I have a product that is proven in my market? And that may be true, it may not be true. But then the second thing that's working against you is that you do not have an established name or reputation yet, most likely. So some of you might, but most likely if you're just starting out, you're starting from scratch as far as your reputation, as far as your brand recognition. You're not going to be able to tap into the upper class or the upper middle class really when you don't have a reputation, you don't have a proven product. Because who does the upper class buy from and who does the upper middle class buy from? Proven, well-known, reputable, respected brands, right? So what we have to do is we have to figure out a way to price our stuff to prove that it works while remaining profitable, okay? And not being a waste of time and not being like we're just spinning our wheels, but that you can actually take home some money at the end of the day or reinvest that money into your business. So I want to talk to you about our first pricing model here and how that's going to work, okay? Disclaimer, there's lots of different ways that you can price stuff. These are the 2 best ways that I've found, okay? So number one, we're going to go estimated hours worked on this project. Let's say that we're building a dining table, for example, okay? Let's say that it's going to take you 10 hours to build this dining table. I'm just using even round numbers for my sake because I'm terrible at math without using a calculator. So let's say it's going to take us 10 hours, okay? Times labor cost per hour. Now, this is where you could charge $100 an hour if you wanted to, but what's going to happen? You're going to price yourself out of the market, right? So what we need to do right here on this labor per hour mark is we need to charge like what we make at our day job, or like what's a reasonable amount. Let's just say we're going to charge $20 an hour. And again, these numbers may vary where you're at, okay? But let's say we're going to charge like a pretty reasonable amount. We're going to charge $20 an hour. Okay, so we're going to have 10 estimated hours worked times 20 hours, or $20 per hour. So we're gonna charge $200 in labor for this project. Then we're just gonna add our cost of materials onto that amount. One great thing about when you're just starting out is if you need to buy any special tools, you can include the tool price in here. It depends on how you're selling this stuff, right? But if you're working with someone that wants it custom, you can let them know, hey, I'm gonna have to have this specific tool in order to do this, and I'm gonna have to go invest in that, so it's gonna be a little bit more money. Now, let's say that that's not in the equation and you just have to get wood, screws, glue, paint, stain, whatever it might be, and let's just say that your cost of materials, just to make it easy, is also $200. We got $200 in labor, $200 in cost of material, so our price comes out to $400. Okay, so what is this $400? This is you testing the market and seeing, can I sell this product at $400? Now, $400 for a dining table is pretty cheap, right? Way, way cheap. So if you can't sell it for $400, something's wrong. On average, it depends on where you're at in the country, obviously. If you're in more high-income areas, you can charge more. If you're in low-income areas, you can't charge as much. But you should be able to charge anywhere at minimum from probably around $600 to $700 for a custom dining table with no reputation. You're just putting in the work, right? But this is just a prime example. Now, as you start to grow your business and you sell a table at $400, well, the next table I would charge $500. And if you can sell it at $500, then I would move to $600. Where you start meeting resistance with your pricing, that's where you start knowing that, like, okay, I'm moving out of the middle class affordability range into the upper middle class, and I need to start building a brand around what I'm doing, okay? Because you can only get so far without a name, without a reputation, without reviews, without a really awesome customer experience. So that's when we'll start moving into our second pricing model, and I want to show you how that works now. All right, so as we get into our second pricing model here, your business is starting to grow. We've proven that we have a product that will sell, and we've proven that my market responds to it. They want it. I've continued to raise the prices to where I'm kind of pricing myself out of that middle class market. I'm more into the upper middle class or upper class. So now I'm doing a few things. I'm really focusing on creating a beautiful brand. So I'm getting like a really great looking logo. I'm creating a brand that resonates with my customers. So listen to me. If you're selling dining tables and you're trying to sell dining tables to the target demographic that generally buys dining tables, which for the most part is women between the ages of 30 and 60, you need to have a logo, you need to have a brand that resonates with them, okay? If you have saw blades all over your logo and hand planes on your logo, that resonates with woodworkers. That doesn't resonate with the people you're trying to sell to, okay? So what do they care about? They care about family, they care about values, they care about sitting around the table. So we want our language and our brand and our look and everything that we do to be cohesive to serve that audience. Hopefully that helps. That was free, that didn't cost you anything. As we start doing that, we're gonna be onboarding new employees, we're gonna be getting a showroom, we're gonna be having salespeople, we're gonna be having delivery people, we're gonna have marketing expenses. So we're starting to scale this thing out. So what happens is that your margins are gonna drop naturally because you have more expenses, right? You have more overhead, but you're gonna be playing the volume game. We wanna be doing enough to where we're making more money, right? This is what my business operates on today. This is how we function at Iron by Iron Woodworks. This last year, 2022, we did over $58,000 a month in sales as a custom furniture, custom woodworking business, okay? So I want my material costs to be less than or equal to 30% in each project. And I want my labor costs to be less than or equal to 20% in each project, which means that in order to build something, I need to be in it for no more than 50% cost, okay? No more. It cannot be any more than that or we're not profitable. And why is that? Because I need the other 50% to pay all my overhead and pay myself a living wage, a good wage, right? So let's say that we're building a custom table again, and let's say that my material costs were $200. We're gonna use the same example as before. Our material costs were $200. So that $200 needs to be no more than 30% of the price. Okay, so we're gonna go 200 divided by 0.3. So we should never ever sell this table for any less than $667. So like if I'm running the most aggressive sale ever, this is what I should be at, okay? With my tables in general, honestly, we're running more like 20% margins or 18% margins on material costs. So what this usually looks like for me is if I have $200 in material costs, I'm really selling this table for like $1,100. Okay, and then on that as well, to build this table, I don't want to have labor costs. Now, when I say labor costs, this is shop labor. This is my team that's actually building the product. This is not any admin. This is not accountants, bookkeepers, salespeople. This is just labor costs. I don't want to spend more than 20% in labor to build this thing, okay? So if I'm charging $1,100 for this table, I don't need to pay out any more than $220 in labor costs, okay? So I'm always at or under 50% margins so that I can afford to grow, have some money to reinvest back into the business. And this is really, you move to this model when you know you have a proven product, you're trying to grow a brand, and you want to invest in marketing, you're trying to invest in people, you're trying to grow the business. And just a disclaimer here, you're gonna need cash in order to do that. You're gonna need cash in order to grow. So hopefully this video has helped you. These are the two best ways that I found to price products. This is exactly what I did when I started. Found that I had a proven product, proven model. And then as I started trying to get out of the middle class bracket, because also just a reminder here, you're gonna have better clients, better customers that are easier to talk to, easier to deal with, that are gonna be more willing to spend more money as you move into the upper middle class and upper class than the middle class, and you're just gonna have less headaches, okay? This is a higher quality person that you're gonna be dealing with. But as we move from this to this, with us having 50% margins to cover overhead, reinvest back in the business, pay yourself a healthy salary, it really gives you some freedom and some flexibility. But you can't jump straight into this without having done this first. That's one thing, disclaimer, okay, you can't do that. You're gonna try to jump into selling the upper class and you don't have a reputation. No one knows who you are. You're gonna have zero sales, okay? So that's one of the things that we do with our clients inside of the Woodworking Business Accelerator program, is we really focus on building a strong brand, because the brand is what ultimately carries us into those conversations with our higher class clients, people that are willing to spend more money and work with us. So if you're watching this and you are doing less than $5,000 a month right now in sales, I want you to do a couple things. I got a couple links below. One of those links is to download my free ebook, The Handmade Business Secrets. And this is like an 87-page book, so it's pretty short, pretty quick read. It's totally free, doesn't cost you anything. And I want you to click the link below to check that out. I'm gonna really kind of walk you through the steps that I used inside of that book to grow my business from zero to like $10,000 or $15,000 a month, okay? Now, if you're also in that same place and you're serious, you're like, I gotta grow this thing now, I have a course called the Handmade Hero Academy that you can start diving into that course, which is me teaching you all the principles, again, that I used in more detail for $47 a month, okay? Super inexpensive. People spend thousands of dollars to go to college and they get out, can't get a job. For 47 bucks a month, you can start diving in and learning the principles all around woodworking, all around whatever handmade business you might have to help you scale and grow that, okay? If you're watching this, you're doing more than $5,000 a month and you want to really scale to $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a month. I've had clients that have broken $40,000, $50,000 a month multiple times now. I want you to apply for the Woodworking Business Accelerator program. That link is below as well. And so we'll get on a call. We'll see if it's a good fit. If it's a good fit, we'll work together. If not, hey, no hard feelings. With that being said, I appreciate you. If this is helpful to you, let me know. Make sure that you subscribe. And also, if you have a different way of pricing stuff, I would love to hear about it. Let me know in the comments how you price your stuff as well. So with that being said, much love. Appreciate you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.